you know, I love the idea of, and what I see, and this is very much part of what I'm writing about, is the way that the whole world, sorry, not the whole world, but aspects of the world are increasingly, in a way, organized according to the art world, you know, even things like the way of marketing and designing automobiles, you see, and I think this is a very interesting example that you will really, you have a whole island here, you know, and this will be like a art utopia.
It is a little bit utopic, you know, because normally when you think they develop business in the end, you know, they develop business and they develop normally business without taste. And it was utopic many years ago to find one project like that in one island with one incredible difficult surrounding, one incredible difficult logistic point. Because if you like to build something like that in, I don't know, nearby New York, the logistics is completely different. But if you think to buy architecture in one island like Dellis Cay, believe it's you have to be a little bit visionary, and you have a reason, you know. You have to follow this utopic idea.
Yeah, and you know, there's a history. There's Chandrigar, things of this nature, you know, and there's obviously a history of art and architect built cities. But I think this is very. I've just seen. You obviously read about that town in Inner Mongolia, where I think some of the best architects in the world have gone there now. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And so I think.
Almaty.
Sorry.
It's Almaty.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. And you will have total control of your designs.
Sorry?
You will have complete control.
Yeah, we control completely the process, you know. The incredible idea, it was the Dr. Kinai, he combined together some different architects, but after that we combined together the different attitude of this project, and we follow the whole process, you know, landscape, infrastructure, buildings, internal design too. We are, for example, designed before the lightning on the island, because we like to show to everybody one special atmosphere, but not in a classical ethnic atmosphere, you know. We are thinking to save the real light, the natural light in the island.
Yeah.
But you have to put, of course, some light, because, you know, can you imagine during the night the island is very dark. But you are trying to save this darkness, this special feeling with a new light. It's one example. Anyway, we are follow the whole process. The marketing process, of course, the financial process, the construction process, and communication, and voila.
Now I understand that you, I know Zaha Hadid, of course, is well known for designing tables and motor cars and whatever, but have you designed so much of other, apart from the buildings?
I design a lot of buildings around the world. I'm not, of course, well known like Zaha Hadid, but in my other world, in the design world, I'm not so bad.
You do chairs, tables, everything, yeah?
Everything.
Knives, forks, spoons?
Everything, you know. I am a designer and art director for the Boffi kitchen company. I'm working for Fritz Hansel, Noel America. I design lamps or watches or perfume bottle to fork. And now I start to design shoes.
Did you design those?
Yes. This one, it's a prototype.
It's a what, sorry?
It's a prototype.
Okay. Now, all this will happen quite soon. The closeness to Art Basel, Miami, is this interesting to you? I mean, that the whole, in a way, of all the art fairs, the Miami one is the one where the whole city is most, and I think you could say that Art Basel in Miami has had certainly the same impact on that city that the Gehry Guggenheim in Bilbao has had in Bilbao. Totally transformed the economy, and I assume you will be seeing some sort of fruitful connection, yes?
Yes, it's true. Yeah. For example, this one, it's a fantastic example because Frangheri transformed completely Bilbao.
Yeah.
It was a dead city, and after the museum, the whole economy around, and working around of this unbelievable building, or if you like, unbelievable sculpture. And in Miami, this attitude, for example, the Art Basel attitude with the Design Week and blah blah blah, it's a very good idea to transform the town in an artistic town. It's impossible to do the same in New York, for example.
Yeah. Or London.
Or in London, or in Paris, or in Rome, or in Milan. But in Miami, it's a fantastic idea to do. Probably because in Miami it's a little bit far away from the classical.
Also, I think it's got because of it's Latin, there's an openness, there's a warmth, and I think there's a readiness to accept color and music, and which.
And the town is very open-minded to accept. The people are very open-minded, and they enjoy the presence of the fair. They enjoy the presence of the confusion. They live together to the fair. They live together to the design district. It's interesting week. Unfortunately, it's only for a week.
I've only just really today been introduced to this. What I'd like to do is maybe when I've thought a little more about it, maybe we can talk again.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is also part of a book I'm doing, you see. I'm doing a long piece for Interview magazine, but I'm writing a book about the relationship with the art world, design world, architecture, and all this.
You have to think in one. I'm Italian, and I like to be humanistic.
Yeah.
During the Renaissance, our world, it was completely connected. The scientist, it was worker. The worker, it was painters. The painter, it was sculptors. The sculptors, it was architect. The architect, it was again doctors. We was writers in the same time. We was some different face of the same human being. I like to be in this way, humanistic.
The rehumanization.
Rehumanization first, and second, we are to touch again the classical human measure.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget, Sometimes we design or we build something completely, totally without human measure.
Yeah.
I think now our goal is we are to back, we have to come back to the classical human measure.
Yeah.
This one is my feeling.
Okay, thank you very much.
But now you have to come to Milan, please.
I will indeed.
You come to Milan, you visit our studio. It's like a factory, like a Andy Warhol factory. It's open 24 hours on 24 hours.
Okay, I take that with great pleasure.
You are absolutely to come. We don't use cocaine, but we use a lot of coffee and Coca-Cola, but it's not so bad
cocaine
for that.
Is yesterday. 4 days I've been around Basel, and, really trying to research. My feeling is that what's happened in the art world in the last 18 years, apart from the close connections with fashion, the eating up of design, photography, the increasingly close connection in architecture, all this is part of it. But also now I'm forgetting what I was going to say. Oh yeah, also, especially in England and especially in America and largely in Europe, is that the art world used to be incredibly small. I had a friend who, Leslie Wadding told me he went to the a Picasso show famous Picasso show in the mid-50s in Paris. He said, I was there for an hour, there were only 4 of us there, and the other 3 were Picasso and his 2 children, And you hear many stories like that. All this changed with the coming of various factors, the Tutankhamun exhibition, various things popularized art. Charles Saatchi played his part, and so forth. But now, suddenly you have this situation where you have the upper class of the art world, you have the 300 people who really, create the price structure. You have the huge middle class, which is most artists, most gallerists, all writers. And then you have the rest of the world, which is increasingly interested. And my feeling was that, the fact that Jeff Koons is no longer breaking auction records was not going to bother anybody very much. It doesn't mean they're not going to go to the Tate Modern, you know. And I thought Miami Bars would be a good place to look at that because it's such an art community. And it's true, everyone is still very excited. They go to all the parties and this and that, and they don't care that the market is weak for a couple of years, you know. Anyway.
It's true. But this one is, I think, it's a great problem for the contemporary art now. You have to choose completely another direction, probably, because it was my feeling too, you know.
In 1990, when the last time this happened, young artists, they stopped the big production. They started working in ballpoint pen on paper. They worked on the walls, you know. I think we'll be seeing this also now again.
I don't know, probably we have to think for many... I like to think for a few years we have to stop to be art, and we have to do something different, you know. Probably it's better if you think the new artistic point of view, it's a biological engineer, or it's electronic structurist, you know, or bioelectronic engineer together. This one probably is the new way of creativity. For the rest of the art, I think for the contemporary way, we have probably to wait or to close mouth and hands for a few years, honestly.
That's a good idea. Have you heard this Chinese woman artist called Xiao Fei?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing, no?
Yeah, interesting thing, and some interesting interpretation, but believe now, after many times I don't completely follow the new contemporary ideas of art, you know. I feel that they are a little bit superficial, honestly.
Okay.
But this one is my personal feeling. I'm not a gallerist and I'm not a dealer for that.
It's all a lot of people's personal feelings. There's no scientific way of establishing this.
No, and now it's like an industry, you know. I don't know how many thousand or million of artists exist in the world, like an architect.
Okay. To be continued. Thank you.
See you in Milano now.